Okay, here's my attempt at a quick video primer on how to use Word, Blackboard, and SafeAssign to grade your students' papers. I'm going to go step by step so you can move quickly forward if you're getting bored. So you're going to log on to Blackboard using your name and password. When you get onto Blackboard, you're going to go to Courses, which is this tab here, and it's going to show all the courses in which you are an instructor. And so I'm going to grab Recitation 7. Now this coding has been confusing people. So you're teaching Journalism 101, Recitation 7. Remember that this class is also J103. So you're going to have to go find J103 Recitation 7 as well, I think. So I'm getting to that. Okay, so you click on your recitation and Blackboard loads it up, and then you go over here on the left side. Okay, you go here on the left side to Control Panel right here in the Tools bar. Control Panel opens up this terrifying set of choices, and you go over here on the right and you go to Grade Center. You click on Grade Center, and so now you can't find any of those little check marks that say a paper has been turned in. So just pick a student, click on this cell, just click with your mouse on this cursor on this cell, and then using your keyboard arrow, move right across the page. There's another way, but it's not working for me today, which I don't quite understand. So you move right across the page. Here's all the quizzes, and lo and behold, there's the blackout assignment, which is showing up right here on your screen. So I'm going to select this student's paper because there's a little exclamation point, right? It's telling me undefined, but we know exclamation point means there's a paper to grade. Now when you put your cursor on that cell, you're going to see this little drop-down menu here. Hit the drop-down menu and you want Grade Details. Click on Grade Details. Okay. Now this opens up, and sometimes you'll get a weird prompt from the computer saying you don't have access rights or whatever. Just ignore it. Keep going. It's some weird thing with your browser. So you're going to view attempt. Every paper that's submitted by a student is considered an attempt. So you're going to view attempt. There it is. There's a problem communicating. Just ignore it. Hit OK, because here's the paper. So this student, there's about 6% found to be matching material to the database by SafeAssign. I'm not too worried about that. This shows what time it was submitted. That's good. And so you've got a choice to look at the text or the file. What you're going to do is you're going to select the file. You're going to open that with Microsoft Word. Dun, da, da. And then you're going to save it. Go to your Save As menu, and you're going to save it to, oh, this person didn't put their name on their paper, so you got to go back and look, and it's brown, let's say. And you are going to save that to a folder that you've already created on your desktop called Blackout. Where is it? There. You've made a folder called Blackout. So there it is, and you're going to do a save. So now the document is sitting in Blackout on your desktop. So we talked about how in Microsoft Word there are all these track changes options. Now depending on your version of Microsoft Word, you've got to fish around here in the toolbar. I'm in the new version, so I have to go over here to editing, but usually it's in here in the tools as well. And just find the editing set of tools. Okay, so I have to come up here to review, and here are all these tools. Now what you want to do is you want to track changes, so click on that. And then once you've done that, there's this little drop-down menu that gives you a bunch of tools, change tracking options. So with insertions, maybe they only do it in color. where you insert comments. With deletions, I like a double strike through. Okay. When you move stuff around, you're not going to move a lot, but you've got all these options in the editing suite of track changes. So you've done all that. Don't worry about the bicolor. As you get better at it, you can pick colors if you want, customize some. One thing that I find very useful is the use balloons. Using balloons on the right margin for comments and formatting changes, okay? So, and I say always use balloons because it's just a great way for them to see what you're doing. Don't mess with any option you don't understand at first until you get better at this, and then you click OK. And then you want to make sure track changes is on. So I just always do a little test and I say, okay, that's a bad word, I'm going to delete that. It shows you what you've done. Deleted is the word considered. Now you can undo that. Come up here to your little undo button because that was just an experiment. So, I'm going to read this paper, and let's say I was a real picky jerk and I didn't like that sentence fragment right there all the time. So you can use wherever your cursor is, you can say new comment, and it'll put a comment box out there, and you say, this is a sentence fragment, typically, or you should consider only using these when there is no better option. You can quibble with my stylistic comments. I'm just doing this to show you how it works. Okay, so you get all the way through the paper and you think about it, and this paper, it fulfills the requirements. So under our grading rubric, it's going to get a 2. Okay, and so you're going to save your version of that file. So close it. Do you want to save the changes? Yes, I do. So now you're going to be back in Blackboard. You go back to Blackboard, and you're going to click on, see this little line of type? This little sucker is really deceptive because it's pretty powerful. So without having to do a lot of monkeying around, I can just say I want to go back to Grade Center. So I go back to Grade Center, and let's say my student is named Brown, which she isn't, but I was just messing with that one. So then I say that I want to look at the grade details for that. So here's the whole thing, right? Okay. Now I'm lost already. Let's go back again to Grade Panel, Control Panel, Grade Center. Go to Student Brown, and I go to there, and I'm going to look at grade details. And, I'm going to do View Attempt. Go back to View Attempt, and so I'm going to say, this student really gets a 2, and I'm going to say, see my edited version attached for comments, and then right here where it says file to attach, I'm going to go back, I'm going to hit that browse button, I'm going to go back to my blackout folder, and I'm going to attach the document that's got all my remarks in it, and then you hit submit. And it's really just that simple. So I don't want to do that because this was a mock-up version and that poor student will get some odd note from me. But that's as simple as it is. Then there's 2 things that have happened. Number one, that grade, and I'll show you an example. There we go. So the grade will show up, it'll look like this. It'll just be a cell with a number in it. And then the student can look at it and say, grade details. And Dean Miller has graded it a number 2, so view the attempt. And what the student finds is that they got a 2. The points possible is showing 0, but we've preset those for 4, which is what homeworks are worth. And then my little note here, and then here's the attachment that I put on there, which shows all the comments I put on the student's paper. It's really a great tool. It's a little bit scary if you've never used it before, but once you get used to it, it's terrific to use the Microsoft Word markup tools to send students back their papers, and you never touch paper. And on your desktop of your computer, you've saved the students' papers with your comments in them, which is something you're required to do. So again, no paper. It's available to you anywhere you can log on to Blackboard, and I found it pretty easy. Once I've done it a couple of times, you'll stumble around a little bit, but boy, it's pretty fast. If you can upload and download documents, you can use this tool. So I hope this is helpful. There's also some great material on the Teaching, Learning, and Technology site, but I wanted to give you guys a personal look at how Blackboard, Windows, and SafeAssign are used in our news literacy website. So there we are on our course page, and thank you very much for your time. I hope this helped.